Law firm marketing and AI hacks in 2026 and beyond. In today's episode of the Law Firm Growth Accelerator podcast, we're going to be talking about some of the needle movers in law firm marketing and how you can use AI in your marketing in very specific ways to get disproportionate results in 2026 and beyond. I'm going to start with one of the biggest things that's going on right now, which is AI avatars. And as I just said, AI avatars, I got another idea I'm going to write down. Okay, so AI avatars are taking over video marketing. Whereas in the past, when you did video marketing as a law firm owner, you had to go out and, separately film videos and get those videos edited. Now with the new AI avatar tools that exist, you can make hundreds, even thousands of videos by creating an AI avatar of yourself and then plugging hundreds or thousands of scripts into that AI avatar. You can also set up AI avatar tools to have a background that changes. So if you want to change your background or where it seems that you're, physically at in your videos, by changing your background, you can actually change the perception of your videos. So the two use cases for AI avatars is number one in paid ads and number two in organic content. So let's take YouTube as an example. What we know is the ads that perform the best on YouTube are usually between 60 to 90 seconds long and professionally done. On those stop the scroll type ads where you can either skip the ad, watching it as like a TV commercial before you watch your YouTube video. But similarly, on the organic content side, the videos that tend to work for organic, like short form content, which is also known as YouTube Shorts, right? Those are the vertical filmed videos that are usually under 60 seconds long. They also are one of the best ways to build your following on YouTube is those super short, digestible, vertical form videos that really follow the TikTok style of video. Well, we've seen amazing success with our clients. We work with close to 650 active law firms who either do marketing or coaching or fractional executives with our company. And if you add our virtual assistant company, we have probably closer to 850 law firms that work with us combined. And what we are able to see across the board, since we managed and advised on over $100 million in attorney advertising spend, we're able to see what actually works, right? And we have clients that we were running traditionally formed videos for as ads on YouTube, as ads on Facebook, and we replaced them with AI replicas of the ads. And every single case study that we did across the company that was spending over a certain amount in budget so that we knew we had a big enough sample size, every single case study that we pulled on this was the results with an AI video were better than the results of a non-AI video, right? And I think the reason is because sometimes when you make a video, maybe you stutter or maybe you don't say the exact line in the script the exact way it was written in the exact order. And the beauty with AI is we're able to split test what actually works. So let's say at the 3.5 second mark of the video, you said something in your video that caused people to skip to the next video. They lost interest in your video. Well, we're able to actually fix that with the AI avatar without you needing to film another video, right? And that's the beauty of using AI avatars is we can take all the micro lessons that we learned from videos that you put out and videos that worked and videos that didn't work, and we're able to merge all that together into the perfect script. And then we're able to roll out that perfect script through your AI avatar. So this is a game changer for every law firm that's doing this because you only have to make one AI avatar video. Maybe you update it quarterly and you do a new filming, session for your AI avatar every quarter to keep it fresh. But even if you did one AI avatar video per quarter, that's 4 videos in a year. And those 4 videos in a year that you have to film 2 minutes each, so 4 times 2 is 8 minutes of filming, can produce hundreds and thousands of minutes or hours of video content, because the AI will produce as much content as you tell it to produce. So this is why one of the fastest growing segments of our business right now is our AI avatar social media marketing service, because it's working so much better than the traditional video ads. So I share this around the advertising portion because we found what worked on the AI avatar ads, and then we started looking at what types of videos work on the organic side, the YouTube Shorts videos, and we found that a lot of the same principles that make an ad work on social media are very similar to the principles that make a short form video work on social media. So we took all the principles and practices that we learned from some of the most successful attorneys in the nation on social media, and we started plugging it into script and messaging templates to create organic social media content as well as paid ads content, so that not only do you show your law firm up on Facebook ads and YouTube advertisements, which you pay to play in, but we can also now put out 30 short form videos per month, organic content for your law firm per month. We can put out on behalf of your law firm using your AI avatar without you needing to film any content. Not to mention, we can put 1, 2, 3, or even 4 long form videos. So your short form videos, again, organic content is under 60 seconds long per video, typically. And your long form content is usually going to be over 2 minutes long. Or really, we like to have our long forms be around 7 minutes long on average. But regardless, you can produce all your long form and all your short form content for YouTube. Once we've created it for YouTube, which is the best client generation platform that we've found for law firms, because people are actually searching out solutions on YouTube, then we take what works on YouTube and we can cut and paste it over to Facebook and TikTok, right? So that you have your short form video working for you not just on YouTube, but 2 additional social media platforms. Then you can also take them and post them on LinkedIn, or you can transcribe the scripts and do text posts on LinkedIn with the same content that was produced and by the AI avatar. So on top of this, why do we have to guess what videos are going to work? Well, we don't. We can use ChatGPT to look at what are going to be the most viral topics for your practice area, right? We've uploaded all of our clients' data that we have access to into ChatGPT, because we work with so many law firm clients. We're able to know what keywords, what demand buckets are most popular, and then we're able to make the scripts that the AI then reads the script, the AI avatars read the script on topics that we already know work, right? So combine all this together, and that's the bucket of AI avatars. You can also do AI avatars as client thank you videos, to try to get referrals from clients, to send a video text to a client. Your team can do this on your behalf. Video text to a client asking them to leave a 5-star review. And this all requires 0 of the law firm owner's time, other than the original 2-minute filming of that original AI avatar. So that is the first big needle mover for law firms to embrace in 2026 and beyond. AI avatars. It is such an unlocking part of law firm marketing and AI usage. Another one is AI songs, which not a lot of people are leveraging. There's a tool called Suno, and you can create a law firm jingle for yourself in less than 15 minutes, like a legitimate jingle. Pick your favorite genre. You can manually write the lyrics of the song. You can choose the genre, and you can literally create a jingle for your song to put behind your advertising, to use in anything you want for your law firm's branding. And you can get a full song made on a $20 a month subscription, to Suno. You can basically get a full custom jingle made for your law firm without needing to hire a band or anything. And quite frankly, most of these AI songs sound better than real musicians. It's scary because it takes all the best hit songs within whatever kind of genre of music you choose, and it makes it like a hit song, right? It's it works unbelievably. So that's another AI thing that people are using that I think is going to grow in usage. Paid search AI, okay? So many people are not using this. We spend tens and tens, close to $100,000 a month on AI enablement for our advertising division of our company for law firms. And we don't talk much about this just because, we don't really want our competitors to know about it. So I'm not going to be naming the specific partnership that we have with a very advanced AI tool that we use for our clients' paid advertising. But there's a reason when law firm owners work with us for their paid advertising online, it tends to work. And that's because there's no guesswork in what we do, because it's all decision making from AI to fuel what we call the practice area blueprints that we've created for every single practice area of law. So one thing that every law firm owner needs to embrace is AI for your paid search, okay? You have two ways to market your law firm on search engines. That's what paid search is, okay? If you go to Google, that's search. At the top of Google search, you have your local services ads. That's one form of paid search. Right below the local services ads, you have your Google search ads. And then below your Google search ads, you have your Google Maps, okay, which are organic maps listings, okay? So I'm talking about paid search, which is primarily your Google search ads beneath those local services ads. Most people have been burned by an advertising company before, okay? And the reason is because most advertising companies don't have data in advance of you signing up as to exactly what's going to work for your practice area. But what if tens of thousands of signed cases have already been analyzed? Now, I'm not saying tens of thousands of leads. I'm saying tens of thousands of validated, signed, qualified cases that have been signed within your practice area. What if all of that data has been uploaded into an AI to reverse engineer the demographics of the people who are most likely to sign up as a paid client or as a retained client, the demographics, the location, zip code data? What about, in addition, time of day, day of week, okay, device type? Were they on their mobile phone when they converted, or were they on a desktop? What if all this information was rooted in what produced the signed case, right? And what if the AI knew all that information and then was able to make recommendations and initiate changes around demographic targeting, time of day targeting, day of week targeting, device targeting, et cetera, to create the perfect concoction of where you should be showing your ads, right? As an example of this, we've said this before, but there's a big difference in how estate planning clients make a decision to hire a firm versus criminal and PI firms, right? Decision window for criminal PI, very short. Arguably, PI is less than 2 days from when they initiate their search to when they're signing up with a firm, right? On average. Estate planning could be a 6+ month process for them to make a decision and hire an estate planning firm, right? So there are completely different research habits within these two different client bases, estate planning, criminal PI clients, right? So an estate planning client is 2 times more likely to convert through a desktop. So if you don't show ads on desktops and you're an estate planning lawyer, you're going to miss the boat. On the opposite side, criminal and PI firms, over 80% of signed cases come from mobile phone searches, right? So you're actually okay to exclude desktops when it comes to criminal and PI, okay? And the AI is able to bid adjust and make it so that your clients, your prospective clients, only get ads of yours primarily on their mobile devices first, and then if there's any excess budget, it goes to desktop, right? Same thing with demographics for every single type of practice area, right? If we know, your PI, you target like a lower income bracket type client on average, right? Then we're able to just show ads to those people who are most likely to convert within your market, so that you're not wasting money on the top 1% income earners in the world who usually don't use Google to find a lawyer. They use their network to find a lawyer, right? So using all of this data is what we call paid search AI so that you can be damn sure when you show your ads online, your ads are showing up at the right time, in front of the right audience, right day, and that you are prioritizing the right devices, right? Demographic buckets, etc., right? So all this is paid search AI. It's growing in importance. I believe the companies who are not using paid search AI, law firms are going to cancel with them, and they're going to sign up with companies who are using paid search AI. If you don't have the budget to hire a marketing agency, you can do some of this on your own. You can upload a list of all of your signed clients from your law firm's CRM into ChatGPT, along with the first name, last name, email, and try to have it do some research on the common denominators of the clients who have signed up with you. You could also include some CRM notes and data about the clients, fact-finding information if you collected info from them during intake about their income or whatever. And you could try to manually do this to come up with buckets, but it's always best to do this directly within Google's interface, so that you can cross-reference the conversions that you got from your Google campaign to the actual people who signed up and became a client of yours, which then can feed back into the Google software so you can see the household income brackets and all this other data I'm talking about, devices, stuff like that. And you can match your conversion data with your client data to know that your advertising targeting is bulletproof. And that's the only reason that people don't get a good ROI, second from bad intake process. The only reason people don't get a good ROI from paid search is because their targeting was off or their intake process sucks, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Retargeting 100% of the time. This is another huge trend. You've got to be following up with every single lead more than you've ever followed up before in your life. I mean, right now, people are inundated with choice, right? With how much internet marketing is happening, especially for law firms. If they don't convert at the point of seeing your law firm's ad, if somebody doesn't become a lead after seeing your ad or a client after seeing your ad, they're not going to feel that bent out of shape about it because they know they have 100 other choices that they can choose from, right? So what that means when someone knows that they have hundreds of other choices that they can choose from in order to hire a law firm, it lowers the urgency that they have to contact you right now. What that means is you get a higher bounce rate on your website, meaning more people who bounce away from your website and exit your website page or your landing page quickly because there's so many available alternatives. So it's not a big deal for them to leave your website and to go seek out another alternative, which means because people are becoming more bouncy and, kind of less committal in their research process when they're trying to choose a law firm, they'll bounce from the firm to firm. Your law firm's ad must continue showing up to that person constantly as they're going through their research process. So retargeting 100% of the time. Retargeting ads are the ads that follow you around. If you visit someone's website and then you see an ad for that same business 18 times in a row, that's retargeting. And you need to be doing that 100% of the time, more than ever, okay? Max out your retargeting budget, okay? What I mean by that is every business should have a retargeting audience. A retargeting audience is basically a group of every internet user who's encountered your law firm's website or landing pages during a certain period of time, or Facebook page in a certain period of time. Okay? That bucket is what's called your retargeting audience. Okay? Let's say that bucket is 2,000 people who interacted with your firm in the last 90 days on the internet. I'm just using a very small number example here. 2,000. Let's say your cost per impression, I'm just going to use a simple number here, 2,000 times, let's say your cost per impression to stay in front of those 2,000 people every month is, I don't know, 10 cents? No, let's do $2. Let's do $1. That means it's going to cost you $2,000 a month to give at least one impression of your law firm's ad to all 2,000 of those people per month. That $2,000 spend is going to be the most profitable spend you make in all of your marketing, because These are all people you already got the attention of, that already visited your website, that already visited your landing page, that already clicked on one of your law firm's ads. They just didn't pick up the phone yet. So they already know you, right? And the goal is to take everyone who knows you but didn't become a lead and turn them into a lead through retargeting campaigns. So retarget, retarget, retarget. Okay, next. You need to be more flooded with 5-star reviews than you've ever been flooded before. You need so many 5-star reviews that you feel guilty about it, okay? Because 5-star reviews increasingly are replacing word of mouth for people. I mean, people are able to validate. I mean, just think about when you choose a restaurant, how much weight you put in reviews, right? Or when you're trying to choose a hotel you want to go to. When you're making a decision way, way bigger than that, you're going to do your own research. Yeah, Uncle Tommy may say, hey, I worked with a lawyer in the past and this was a really good lawyer. You're going to validate Uncle Tommy, though, because the internet is a public playground of all the feedback that any business has ever received. So you'd be very unwise as a consumer to not look up the business's reviews, right? So more than ever this year, you need so many 5-star reviews you feel guilty about it. So obviously my partner Andy wrote the book on this, which I'll show you real quick. Right here, A 5-Star Attorney. This book is, I believe it's on Amazon. I believe Andy has an audio book of this where he reads the whole thing as well. This is the definitive guide on how to get your firm flooded with 5-star reviews. We're also rolling out a done-for-you review service as well, but you don't need done-for-you reviews if you follow what's in that book. Connected TV streaming. This is something that like nobody's talking about. There are services out there, okay? Like in the past, you used to need a rep in order to show ads on a like a channel, right? You used to need to if you wanted to show ads on a specific TV channel, you would need a rep to buy ads through that TV channel. And now, because so much of TV is now done via internet streaming, otherwise known as connected TV, there are these tech platforms that now exist where you can do connected TV video advertising, right? So you can show ads to people on not just Hulu, but over 140 other streaming platforms, okay? And you're able to do this from a way where you target your law firm, where the targeting is done through an advertising buying interface, similar to how you would buy Facebook ads. You log in, you set up audience targeting, you upload your ad creative, you write your ad copy. Similar to that, okay, how you buy ads on Facebook, you select your targeting, your ad. You're now able to do that with connected TV. So you're now able to log into a connected TV software system, choose which networks you want your law firm's ad to go up on connected TV platforms, okay? And then this is the game changer. You're able to do audience targeting. So you're able to choose, I want to show my ads to these income brackets, these age brackets, these specific zip codes, and then it diversifies the placement of your video ads across like 140 plus different connected TV sources, okay? It's an absolute game changer. There's people getting crazy ROI from this right now. It's really something that's being underutilized, and it's going to grow as a trend, I think, in 2026 and beyond. So definitely something to hop on. It's something that we are able to do for certain clients of ours, and we highly recommend that you look into that for yourself and ways to do that. Okay, 24/7 trained reception and salespeople. So every minute that you don't handle a lead, you're burning money, right? We know this. We've said this 1,000 times on podcasts, speeches we've done, events we've held. You are burning money by not following up with your leads. So we rolled out, we obviously have our virtual assistant company, Attorney Assistant. This is probably the fastest growing VA company in the nation across all industries. Company went from 0 to like $16 million in revenue it'll do this year in its third year in business. And that's just our VA company. And the reason the VA company is in such high demand is because the answering service model is broken. And also answering services don't do outbound follow-up persistently on your leads, right? So let's say a lead comes in, they drop the call, they don't turn into a client. Who's following up on that lead every single day until that person becomes a client? Well, that's really one of the main use cases of our intake VAs is that outbound follow-up component, right? But the goal is to never have to do outbound follow-up because you have such a good on-staff intake team that you get as high a close rate as you possibly can on every single lead that comes in. Well, that's why Ethan, the CEO of Attorney Assistant, who we're partnered with in the company, came up with Intake 360. And Intake 360 is where he took his team of a couple dozen trained law firm in-house closers for his own law firm, and he pivoted them to our virtual assistant company. So now you not just can buy a virtual assistant from Attorney Assistant, a full-time virtual assistant to do some admin tasks for you, but also to handle your inbound calls during main business hours. But we're able to use Intake 360 to handle either all of your calls, all of your outbound follow-up, all of your form submissions, and close them fully, right? But we're able to do that after hours. We're able to do it 24/7, 365, after hours, overflow, or main business hours, right? And this is, I believe, the way of the future. I believe law firms at some point in time are going to own the fact that they are not professionals at building in-house sales teams, and they're going to outsource having a in-house sales team to a service like Intake 360 or maybe something else that gets innovated in the near future. So yeah, attorneyassistant.com if you want to learn more about Intake 360 and book an Audit My Intake. We'll actually audit your entire intake process for free and give you a report on the kinks in your intake process. But regardless, Intake 360, I think that's where the market is going. And I think if you don't have 24/7 trained salespeople handling all your inbound leads and following up on your leads, I think you're burning money. And I think law firms are going to realize this over time, that most law firms aren't experts at building in-house sales teams. And last but not least, sales scripts for every part of the process. This part of my recommendations is not sexy or like, AI infused or anything like that. But I've been saying this for such a long time. Like, if you don't have formal sales scripts for every part of your sales process, then you're basically gambling with your law firm's financial livelihood. Like, sales scripts are the only way that you manage your firm's front line of defense. I mean, how else are you going to manage it? You're just going to let people say whatever the hell they want on calls and just do everything their own way? So everything needs to be scripted out. That's why we rolled out S&B Sales University, which all of our active law firm clients use. But you can do this on ChatGPT. Like, you don't need to work with us to get a sales script, right? You can literally just go on ChatGPT, relate it to whatever consultative sales methodology you like the most, model it on that consultative sales methodology, and have it put together a first call script, follow-up scripts, closing call scripts, in-person appointment scripts, et cetera, et cetera. This is going to allow you to control, let's say you have virtual assistants handle 80% of your intake process, which some of our most successful clients do. That 20% still matters, right? That's what your in-house domestic team is saying on the phone. So that's where sales scripts come in. And the only way you get people to live and breathe sales scripts is through sales training, right? So a sales training process also has to be embodied for you to actually get results from the script and to have people actually live and breathe this script, right? So those are just some of my thoughts on where I think law firm marketing and AI is going, especially around client generation specifically. And I think if you can leverage these things, be a first mover, you're gonna mop up your local market. You're gonna crush your competitors. You're gonna make a lot more money in the next year. And none of my tips here, are like in replacement of like having a good SEO strategy, like having a good website, because people do still go to your website to inspect your firm's brand. It's just not as frequent that it's the first line of defense. It's usually not the first thing that people are seeing. The most successful firms, your clients are first seeing an ad, then they're doing background check on you to see your reviews, your website, and your other existing assets. And also on the AI avatar front, you don't have to only do AI avatar content. You just have it as a backup plan, right? Let's say you want to do 30 pieces of content a month. You can have your AI avatar do 20 of them and you do 10 of them. It cuts down your workload. But what you're going to find over time is that if you do it right and you script it right, that's the key with AI avatars. Your AI outputs are probably going to beat your human outputs over time, just because it's so much more controllable. So hope you got value from this episode of Law Firm Growth Accelerator podcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay great.